Hello students and welcome back to my channel shweta'sstudydeck. Today we will be learning another interesting topic, that is figure of speeches, and this video will be converted into two parts. So keep watching this and the upcoming one. So what is this figure of speech? Figure of speech is a concept in language subject, mostly in the poetry part. Here ordinary words are used in such a way that the matter written becomes more impressive, attractive and figurative. Like one would wonder over the written words and the meaning behind it the writer is trying to convey. In Marathi it is also known as भाषा अलंकार. जसे अलंकार परिधान केले की आपण सुशोभित दिसतो, तसेच भाषा अलंकार हे साहित्याला सुशोभित करतात. लिहिणाऱ्याने वापरलेली शब्दरचना आणि त्यामागचे त्याचे विचार याचं इतकं सुंदर रचना केली जाते की श्रोता विचार करण्यास भाग पडतो आणि त्याच्या मनाला स्पर्श करून जाते. तर मग पाहूयात आपण भाषा अलंकार.
First figure of speech, simile. Simile is a very common figure of speech. Here, two different objects are compared to each other, showing something similar amongst them. And here, words like as and like are used. So, let's have an example. Here we have a poem by Christina Rossetti. An emerald is as green as glass, a ruby red as blood. Sapphire shines as blue as heaven, but the flint lies in the mud. Here the poet is trying to show similarity between emerald and grass because the color green is common in both of them and the word as is used. Next, she is trying to show the similarity between ruby and blood because the color red is common in both of them using the word as. And later she is trying to show the similarity between sapphire and heaven using the word as because blue color is common in both of them. Having another example, I remember a hymn from my school days. It was like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you and follow you, my Lord. Here, the one who is praying is comparing himself with sunflower and he's trying to tell like how the sunflower follows the sun for the entire day. In the same way, my dear God, I am following you. And here comparison is done using the word like. So now let us say in Marathi, simile म्हणजे दोन वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टींना एकमेकांची उपमा दिली जाते आणि त्यांची तुलना केली जाते. त्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी समान शोधून त्यांची तुलना ही केली जाते आणि त्यामध्ये as आणि like या शब्दांचा वापर केला जातो.
Heading towards our next figure of speech, that is metaphor. Metaphor is also a comparison, but here we make direct addressing or calling something poetically something else. So here we have an example. A piece of paper is a baby, blank and unfurled, untouched by the world. A piece of paper is a possibility, able to be anything, ready to sing. A piece of paper is a responsibility, capable of hurt and ready to disconcert. Here, the poet is comparing or directly addressing a piece of paper as a baby, which is blank and can be used for the goodness of the world. In the second stanza, he is comparing as a piece of paper as a possibility which can be used in a good way and can be molded for the good work. And in the third stanza, he is explaining a piece of paper as a responsibility which should be handled with care or else it can make confusions or it can even hurt. In Marathi, मेटाफर म्हणजे एखाद्या गोष्टीला डायरेक्ट दुसऱ्या गोष्ट म्हणून संबोधणे. इथे कवी म्हणतो की कागद जो आहे तो एक बाळ आहे जो बाहेरच्या जगाचा त्याच्यावर काहीही परिणाम झालेले नाही आणि त्याला चांगल्या कामासाठी वापरलं जाऊ शकतं. जर आपण चुकीचं काही लिहिलं तर तो कुणाला तरी हर्ट करू शकतो किंवा कन्फ्युजनसुद्धा त्याच्यामुळे होऊ शकतं, म्हणून त्याला चांगल्या कामासाठी वापरलं पाहिजे. तर सिमिली आणि मेटाफर या दोघांमध्ये पण तुलना केली जाते किंवा उपमा दिली जाते. पण यामधला फरक काय आहे तर सिमिलीमध्ये ॲज आणि लाईक या शब्दांचा वापर केला जातो आणि मेटाफरमध्ये या शब्दांचा वापर केला जात नाही.
Heading towards our next figure of speech, that is personification. Personification. the half beginning word means person. Person means human. So here a human quality is given to something which is an object, animal or anything else, which it is shown like it is acting like human being. So here we have a poem. In the heart of the seed, buried deep, oh so deep, my dear little plant lay fast asleep. Wake said the sunshine and creep to the light. Wake said the voice of the raindrops bright. The little plant heard and rose to see what a wonderful outside world might be. Here, human qualities are given to the plant. Like, plant is having a heart, it is asleep, and then it will see, okay, and it might wonder how the world outside is. And saying wake up is a human quality. Your mother, dad must be saying you wake up when you are asleep. That human quality is given to the raindrops and sunshine as they are waking up to the plant. So this was a beautiful example of personification in Marathi. एखाद्या वस्तूला किंवा झाडाला मानवी वर्तन करत असल्याचे दाखवणे याला म्हणता येईल पर्सॉनिफिकेशन. इथे त्या छोट्याशा झाडाच्या रोपट्याला मानवी वर्तन करताना दाखवले आहे म्हणजेच पर्सॉनिफिकेशन. हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स आवर नेक्स्ट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच, दॅट इज apostrophe. Now apostrophe also means as punctuation mark. It is a kind of punctuation mark and also a figure of speech. So now here we are going to see apostrophe, which is a figure of speech. Apostrophe means addressing something which will never respond you in written. Like the thing must be dead, imaginary, absent or an object which will never respond in written. For example, we have a famous poem or a nursery rhyme that is, twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high like a diamond in the sky. Here the poet is wondering and asking to the stars whether what you are, what exactly you are, how I wonder what you are, to which the stars will never respond. So that we can call as apostrophe. Looking at another example, that is, thank you for accompanying me throughout my journey, dearest shadow. So here the poet who was passing through a journey or going through some journey, there was nobody with him rather than his shadow, to which his shadow will never give any response in return. That means apostrophe. म्हणजेच असं कोणाशी जरी संवाद साधणे जे की अनुपस्थित आहे, मृत्यू झालेला असू शकतो किंवा एखादी वस्तू असू शकते किंवा काहीतरी काल्पनिक असू शकते, जेणेकरून ते कधीही आपल्याला जे संवाद साधतो त्याला प्रत्युत्तर देऊ शकत नाही. अशा फिगर ऑफ स्पीचला apostrophe असं म्हणता येईल.
Our next figure of speech is alliteration. Alliteration means the first alphabet is repeated in the sentence or the beginning sound is repeated in the sentence. It is mostly used in the tongue twisters. Now let us see with an example. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Here P is repeated several times, so this can be called as alliteration. We will also see an example in Marathi or a Hindi term, that is, चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को चांदी के चमचे से चटनी चटाई. Here everywhere the pronunciation or the sound ch is repeated. म्हणजेच एखादा उच्चार किंवा पहिला अल्फाबेट एखाद्या ओळीमध्ये वारंवार रिपीट होणं याला alliteration असे म्हणतात. Heading towards our next figure of speech, that is repetition. Here words or phrases are repeated twice or more times. Now what is a phrase? Phrase is a short sentence. Looking at an example by Roberto Bolaño. I felt happy because I saw others were happy. Because I knew I should feel happy, but I wasn't really happy. Here the word happy is repeated. So this is an example of repetition. Taking another example by Joshua Ferris. Nothing was more annoying than having our wasted time wasted on someone worth not wasting on. Here the word wasted is repeated several times, so this is an example of repetition. म्हणजेच जेव्हा एखादा शब्द वारंवार रिपीट केला जातो त्यावेळेस त्याला रिपिटेशन असे म्हटले जाते. हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स आवर नेक्स्ट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच, दॅट इज hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggerating the statement beyond its limits or than that of its original case. Here, this hyperbole can be used in literature and daily talks, but it cannot be taken literally because it's an over-exaggerated statement. Looking at an example by Shakespeare's Macbeth. Will all the great Neptune's oceans wash this blood clean from my hands? No. So here Shakespeare says that even the entire water from the oceans from the Neptune will not be sufficient to wash the blood stuck on his hands. Isn't that an overstatement? Indeed, we don't need the entire ocean to wash the blood stuck on the hands. Taking another example, the entire world was looking at me. Here the writer says that all the people around him were looking at him are described as an entire world. So that's an overstatement. Taking another example by Jack Perlut's guy. I'd rather take bath with the man-eating shark or wrestle with the lion all alone in the dark. Eat spinach and liver, pet 10 porcupines, rather than that of tackling the homework my teacher assigns. Oh, isn't that an overstatement? तर हायपरबोली म्हणजे एखादी गोष्ट अतिशय जास्त वाढवून सांगणे. इथे तो विद्यार्थी सांगतो की त्याचा गृहपाठ जो त्याच्या शिक्षकाने त्याला दिलेला आहे तो इतका किचकट आहे की त्या बदल्यात तो एखाद्या माणूस खाणाऱ्या शार्क माशाशी आंघोळ करायला तयार आहे समुद्रामध्ये, किंवा तो एखाद्या सिंहासोबत अंधारात कुस्ती खेळायला किंवा फाईट करायला तयार आहे. तो पालक आणि लिव्हर जे की त्याला अजिबात आवडत नाही ते तो खायला तयार आहे, आणि 10 साळींदर ज्याच्या पाठीवर पूर्ण काटे असतात त्यांना तो पेट करायला तयार आहे, पण त्याला गृहपाठ मात्र करायचा नाही कारण तो किचकट आहे. तर गृहपाठाला इतकं असं डिस्क्राईब केलं गेलं आहे की तो अतिशय किचकट आहे आणि त्या बदलात तो ह्या सगळ्या डेंजरस गोष्टी करायला तो तयार आहे. याला म्हणतात हायपरबोल. म्हणजेच एखादी गोष्ट अति वाढवून सांगणे, म्हणजे आपण म्हणतो ना पराचा कावळा करून सांगणे, म्हणजेच हायपरबोली. हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स आवर लास्ट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच, दॅट इज euphemism. Euphemism is a substitute of mild phrase for harsh, blunt, and offensive thought. Whenever we want to say something which could hurt someone or be offensive or could offend someone, we use a mild statement instead of harsh words. Now, let us study with an example. So here we have a line by Thomas Hardy. But he could help them a little bit and now he is gone. Thomas here says that the person who could do the little help for them and now even he is gone. So here he is gone means he is dead or he has been dead. Death is described with a very mild word, that is he is gone. Taking another example, she is on streets. Here someone who is homeless, who doesn't have home, is described as she is on the street. So mild phrase is used to describe an harsh statement. जेव्हा एखादं वाक्य जे समोरच्यासाठी त्रासदायक ठरेल किंवा त्याला दुःख पोहोचेल ते वाक्य अतिशय सौम्य शब्दात समजावून सांगणे याला म्हणतात युफेमिझम. आपण सिनेमामध्ये बघतो की एखाद्या पेशंटला जर हॉस्पिटलमध्ये नेलेलं असतं, ऑपरेशन थिएटरच्या बाहेर जेव्हा डॉक्टर येतात तेव्हा त्या पेशंटचे सगळे घरचे म्हणतात की डॉक्टर कसं आहे, काय झालं, त्यावेळेस डॉक्टर अतिशय सौम्य भाषेत म्हणतात आय एम सॉरी. इथे डॉक्टरचा सांगायचा हेतू असा असतो की आम्ही पेशंटला वाचू शकलो नाही किंवा तुमचं पेशंट वारलेलं आहे, तर ते अतिशय सौम्य भाषेत सांगतात आय एम सॉरी. यालाच म्हणतात युफेमिझम. थँक्यू. So students, this was figure of speech part 1 and part 2 will be posted soon. So to like the video, comment and share, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, do it now and do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next video.